Hi, I'm Liyan. I work at FilePicker.io. The basic thesis that our company is based on is that we want to live and work online. That's just where everything is going to go, and we've already seen that with our data. Dropboxes, I've thrown all my stuff on Dropbox. All my photos are on Facebook. I use Gmail as essentially a file storage whenever people send me things. And what's happening is now the applications are starting to move online as well. The issue is that they don't really talk to each other. The first time, you guys ever are on Hacker News or TechCrunch or anywhere where you see this new shiny web application. Someone's like, please try this shiny new web application. You go there. The first thing they ask you to do is to upload a file from your local computer. And it just feels like there's this disconnect between applications and your content. And so what we do is we actually disconnect these two, and we're a developer tool that helps web developers, Android developers, and iOS developers make and focus on their application, and we'll focus on getting user content from Dropbox, Gmail, Evernote, GitHub, Flickr image search, wherever you want to get it from. We'll help get it into your app so that you can do something with it and you can make your app really great. So just to run through it, this is my super duper app, and all it does is but in the lower right hand corner there's the open dialog that FilePicker provides, and so we're just a one-line drop-in, and you just use it. If you guys are iOS guys, it's the same as UI image picker, but if you're not, it's pretty straightforward to open it up, and you can pick a file from camera roll, Dropbox, Facebook, etc. We actually have little thumbnails for you. We handle the auth right there, which means you never have to deal with user authentication, user privacy, user any of that. We'll get you the content, and you can also do web search. So you can go to Flickr and type in dog, and it will scrape the web for dog images. And of course, you can save back. So we are the open dialog and the save dialog. And so we're going to talk a little bit about, open up kind of what we do and how we do it in the background. But basically the steps are the developer asks for a file. Say, I want an image, I want a JPEG image. We go off, we chat with the user, we do all the work, and then you will get your image that you wanted. And that's just how the flow works. And there's a lot of little things in the middle. So there's the UI presentation, the authentication, there's all image conversion. We do this asynchronously, and we do this, and we handle offline as best as we can. And so these are all kind of the architectural things that we're going to be talking about and how we made things happen. So what happens is here's our developer application, and FilePicker library is right there sitting inside your app. And when we ask the auth, we actually go out, hit our servers, go ask Facebook. And then we present the UI web view right there. So we actually don't see that kind of user interaction. It's just standard OAuth, but that's how we handle this. That's how we abstract OAuth completely away from your application. And then that's when we can go start talking with Facebook to get your albums, your photos, and all of that data. And then we present it for you. Asynchronous is actually a very big thing on mobile. It's not such a big deal on web because tubes are big enough. But as you go to mobile, it's really important to continually have your UI refresh constantly, which means you can never, ever, ever block the main thing. And so we have to handle all of this content downloading asynchronously. And so what we do is when the user selects a file, you get your first trigger callback. And at that point, you can tell us to close. And so we disappear off the main thread, but we continue to work in the background. And so that's when we go and retrieve the file, retrieve the image, and a URL that you can grab from that. And then we have a delegate call later that hits you at the proper place. So memory management is actually the key to this. Is making sure that you don't destroy anything that you need when when the developer has shut you down. So if you ever want to talk about iOS memory management and using all the profiling tools, come talk. And so that's how we handle asynchronous. And we actually have this really cool thing, which is basically we also pass you back a URL. So when you ask for a file, you get both the file contents and the URL, which means you can do really cool things because now you have a pointer to this file. And so we have one of our customers does iPad telepresence. So they got one iPad over here, they got one iPad over here, and they're video conferencing, but a user can select a file over here, it will present, and then they'll actually just toss the URL over to the other guy, which means that you're essentially, in computer science parlance, you're tossing pointers, you're tossing references to objects that are all on the internet, as opposed to moving things from one mobile device to another mobile device. And that's how you get like the speed that you need, because you can't have your poor little iPhone 3G, whatever, like uploading data because then you run out of data limits. Which I have done many times. And lastly, like how do we handle offline? What we do is we essentially queue, right? Like you can't do anything when you're offline, but what you can bet on is that your developer also can't do anything because they are also offline, which means you can all do, which basically means we queue things up. As we need to upload them, we store them to disk to prevent memory overruns. But then as soon as the internet comes back, we unqueue and we beat them to it. Essentially, that's our plan. And so that's filefigure.io. I'm a big architecture guy, as you can tell. Big on mobile, so feel free to talk to me about any of those things, or if you're interested in using us. Thanks.